Hey guys, it is Sam and Brooke at Pitt University. Brooke and I wanted to just make a quick video for you guys just to introduce ourselves. I know that you've probably seen us in the Facebook group online, but I am a professor in our course, Rich Life Hairstylist, and then Brooke is on our admissions team, but she actually took Rich Life Hairstylist and Dollar Bills with us.
I did.
Right?
Yeah,
So
that's a long time ago.
I'm just going to ask Brooke some questions and she's going to just kind of share her experience with Rich Life Hairstylist. In case you guys are interested in working with us, if you've been checking out Rich Life Hairstylist, hopefully this will just kind of give you some insight on the course. And actually at the end of this, we have some really exciting news because the way that Rich Life Hairstylist looks is completely different than how it's been for the last almost 3 years. And we're really, really excited about those changes. So here we go. So Brooke, what was your business like before Rich Life Hairstylist, before you took the course?
I would say it was good. I felt pretty solid. I feel like my service sales, which is funny, I can say that now, like I used to really track my service sales and I really didn't, but like now I know that. So I can say like my service sales, since I did start tracking it in Rich Life, they were pretty steady. I guess I kind of just felt like I was at a point that I felt a little capped.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, I felt like I was young. And if I was going to do this for many, many years, I really wanted more than that. And I figured there was a way to do that, but I felt like I was doing everything that I knew of, which is so funny because we can learn so much more. And I know that now, but I felt like I was doing everything.
You only know what you know, you know?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I felt. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working my booty off. I'm using my brain to what I feel like is the best of my ability. There's something else.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't feel settled thinking this is as much money as I'm going to make for the rest of my life. This is the confidence in my business that I'm going to have, like the most confidence. I just felt like it could get better.
Yeah.
And so I wanted more from that.
And you knew that in order to do that, you had to get help
I had to find the people at University that had done it before me and that I felt like I trusted their guidance, I guess. And that I was going to just say, okay, if they've done it, I'm going to trust that. I'm going to do it too. And you have to believe that it's possible for you. Even if you're kind of unsure, there's got to be a part of you that's like, okay, they've done it. Someone else has done it. I'm capable of this too, even if it seems a little out of my comfort zone.
Like sometimes like the goals and the visions that we have for ourselves and our business, we think are impossible, or we think like, oh, I'll never be able to achieve that. But the second that you see that somebody else has done what you want to do, it almost like gives your brain permission to think, oh, if it's, so it's doable. So if it can be done, like if they've done it, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's because that's what I think I felt like. Like I thought, okay, I'm willing to put in the work to like implement whatever it is I need to implement that I am not implementing. Like you have to have that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what that was.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was like, reach out to people who know more than you do, or who have walked the path before you, like mentorship. Mentorship's so important in your business and your company, because this is a business and this is a company, and that's important. So I always knew that, but now after going through what I did and have mentorship through Rich Life Hairstylist, it was like, it's opened my eyes to like, what else could I have mentorship in my life in? And not just my business, like just like my life. Like how could I be better in other areas? So anyways, that's really cool. That's a cool part too.
I love it. So obviously Rich Life Hairstylist is an investment financially, time. It's an emotional investment.
Yes,
so
it is.
Knowing how much, you paid for the course, knowing, what you knew before you signed up and you were like, yes, let's do this. What was the one thing that made you think, okay, yeah, I can't not do this? That made you be like, I don't care how much it is. I know that I need this.
I think when it comes down to it, simplify it. If you have a fear of the investments, like my fear of the investment was not as great as my fear of like staying in the same place, like with my whole business forever. Like, and that sounds kind of cheesy. I don't even want it to sound like that, because it really, I mean that when I think about it, how to simplify that money that's scary. That's so scary. Of course it is, because there's always things like, oh, I have to go get groceries. I got to pay my electric bill. Like, duh, right? But there's ways to make it happen. You just have to allow yourself to think that, hey, I can make this happen. I just have to get really creative with financial resources, but it's possible because there's so much money in this world. So it's like, I just had to keep thinking, okay, that scares me, but this scares me so much more. Not being able to like to stay where I was, I don't know, I guess I was 27, I think, when I did it. 27 years old, and then what? I'm going to go to 30 more years, 57, but I'm going to like stay in the same place. That made me want to vomit. Yeah. So that made me want to vomit more than investing money. And so when I weighed those, it really is. It's like, you've got to say, what is more worth it to me? Yeah. And this was so much more worth it. The money, the currency, and heck, gosh, I made it back in tenfolds.
That's the thing I feel like for a lot of people, it's like, and even me, like when I look at investing in something for myself, I'm like, okay, this is expensive. And the first thing that our mind wants to go to is, I'm going to spend this money and I'm not going to have it anymore. Like you think about your savings account and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want my savings, or I don't want to put this on my credit card because I'm not going to have that money. What we don't realize is we can always make more.
Yeah. And we look at it as a cost. Like, okay, yeah, here we go. I'm throwing this money out here. I know I have to like do something. I'm going to receive something from it, but we don't think about the actual return on your investment. Like, yeah, you're going to receive a lot of great clarity in your business, confidence, blah, 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 really good things. You're also going to receive money back, and you're going to receive more than what you put forward. But you can't expect to get all that and get to the land of the good if you do not give it. Yeah. Like, of course you have to give currency for that, what you're receiving. But I understand, because I also know that there's instances where people invest in things and they don't see return on investment. So that creates fear that everything that has a high investment is such a risk, it's not worth it. I just think you have to go with your gut, and you really do have to weigh, like, you know what? I don't want to stay in the same place for 30 more years, 20 more years, even 10 more years. I don't want to stay in the same place.
One year. You don't.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah. Or you're going to burn out and then you're going to quit. Yeah. And that's just the reality of it. Yeah. And it's too good of an industry to quit. So.
There's, like we said, there's so much money out there in the world. It's like, sometimes you just have to spend money to make money sometimes. And I think that's what one of the things I love about Rich Life Hairstylist is, yes, it is an expensive investment, but what you get in return. I mean, some of our students you are one of them, have doubled, tripled their income in 6-8 weeks. It's like, yeah, that investment to think about when you aren't making that money is scary. But then if somebody were to tell you, hey, in 8 weeks, you're going to literally be making double what you're making right now. If you had that knowledge before you signed up, you wouldn't be scared at all. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to make this investment now, and in 2 months, I'm going to be making double. It would be a no-brainer.
It would be an absolute no-brainer.
So I love that you said you have to have that trust and, just go with your gut, because yeah, good. So with the course, we said financial investment, time investment, emotional investment. What were some of the challenges? Because like, I just want people to know, like, watching this video, like, Rich Life Hairstylist is hard. Like, it is hard. It is not a walk in the park. Like, it is a full-on commitment. You're going to be pushed to do things that are scary, that you've never done before. You're going to be having to walk through a lot of uncomfortable moments that scare the crap out of you. You know what I mean? So I don't want people to think like, oh, I just signed up for this course and it's a walk in the park and I just make all this money. Like, it's not some get rich, like, you have quick thing. It's like you have to.
Yeah, no, it can't be, or you shouldn't invest that much money if that's how easy it is. You should go do it yourself, know. But that's why we don't know. Yeah. So that's absolutely, like, it should be
hard.
It should test you, because do you remember for anyone listening to that, Sam was my professor. Do you remember me, like, it was like the night before I was going to have to start telling everybody my new pricing, and like I was crying and freaking out, and I like text you late at night when I shouldn't have. And you like talked me back off the ledge, because I want people to know this, because also because I speak with so many hairstylists about Rich Life hairstyles. And I'll say, I was a student once. I know how these things feel, ask me about my journey. And I think it can sound really cliche that it's like, oh, I struggled with this too, or I know exactly how this feels. It's like, no, I legitimately cried because I had the exact same fear you do. Before you are going to even invest your money, before you're going to raise your prices, you don't know how to, you're scared to, you don't know what your guests are going to say. Literally, we're all human. I felt those exact same things. So one of my biggest struggles inside of the course was that I felt like I had a good grasp on my clientele. I was confident in like knowing that if I did these things that you guys taught me, I would gain success. Like I did have confidence in that. But when it came down to
actually doing
standing in front of a guest face to face and telling them these words, oh yeah, I mean, I had doubt. Raising my prices was scary. Even though I was confident in what I was doing. But what's wild is every day that I was like nervous, but I did it anyways, like literally anything nervous, like asking them about like doing a mask on their hair that I'd never asked them to do. And that might sound weird to them, or they might think I'm trying to sell them that mask, doing it anyways. And even if people told me no, but the fact that I followed through and I did it, I cannot tell you, every single day, my confidence grew. Like even getting no's. So think about when you get yeses, you're like, oh, let's freaking go.
Yeah.
But the no's even, confidence grew. My capacity to like handle the next hard thing that I was asked to do inside the course, I was able to. It helps you, and like you asking, when you were like, yeah, and I think that covers your biggest takeaway, your biggest maybe win, which is so hard to like pinpoint, but I will add, because I think this is important, financially, absolutely, which is so cool, more than doubled my weekly service sales by the end of the program when it was 3 months long.
Yeah.
Now that we're transitioning it to be 12 months long, my mind is blown at what is going to happen for our students. Yeah. That happened in 3 months. And yeah, I did what I was asked, and I did follow through, and you do have to do the work behind it. But that's it, is just showing up your best and just trying your best. Everyone's capable of that. Yeah. Everyone is. And so financially, I gained so much. I literally paid off things that I thought were going to take me years longer, truly. And I also, what is just as important, and gosh, if I'm sure I sound like a broken record with this, but I really don't care, because that's how important it is to say, is my financial freedom grew tremendously. It's okay to want to make more money to provide for you and the people you love. Like, how freaking cool is that, to have that freedom to do that? And then me as a human, I don't even know the right words, mentally, emotionally, and for me, spiritually, like leaving the program, I was stronger in all of those areas of my life. And that made me a better, it gets a little deep, but it's true, made me a better girlfriend, better daughter, better aunt. I showed up differently in all areas of my life. And it really is because of this. But it's also because in this program, we don't just talk about money. We don't just talk about numbers. We dive into areas of your life that you thought you had no idea being in the same realm of being a hairstylist, and they do. Mm-hmm. But that's because they've never been tapped into, because we were never taught that. Yeah. And with this now, it's a game changer. But it's going to be even more of a game changer now that we are making it 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because we can kind of transition into that. So, and Brooke and I won't spend too much time talking on this, but if you have checked out Rich Life Hairstylist before, if you've gotten on a one-on-one call with us, if you've seen our post, you know that the program or the course was 12 weeks long. And like Brooke said, we have completely revamped, restructured the entire program. It's now going to be a full year long. And the reason for that is because there is so much stuff, content, things. I'm trying to think, like, concepts, fundamentally changing things. That 12 weeks seems like a long time, but for those of you, I know some of our students that watch this, those 12 weeks go by so fast. And so we just thought, just not enough time. Yes, you're going to see changes. You definitely will. So we were like, imagine, the changes that our students have seen in 12 weeks, imagine the growth that they could get in 12 months. And so,
oh, yeah. And the content it already was packed, but the fact that we're adding so much more, because we've taken feedback from literally every student we've ever had and said, what do you need from us? What more did you need? Even though every single one of them has been thrilled with the growth as a human, the growth in their business, but there's things that we've added that we probably wanted to add, but thought we can't pack this in 3 months. That's nuts. Like they already have, like that's too overwhelming. There's so much they're already implementing. So to spread that out time-wise so that you can pace yourself a little bit more customized to you and your lifestyle, which is nice, but also adding way more content, way more customized, like so many details to it that we're still nailing down, which is so cool.
I'm super pumped. And with that too, because obviously, we've talked about the investment being expensive. And we know that's what holds a lot of people back, is that it is a big investment to commit to. So with the 12 months, and I'm not going to get too much into this because we have the live training coming up that will go over all of this, but the investments per month are going to be way, way, way more doable for a lot more people. So I'm super excited about that, just to give people the opportunity that have wanted to work with us in the past, but the investment was like the one thing that was holding them back. The new monthly investment is going to be just so doable. So I'm super pumped about that. But to kind of wrap this up, I know that we are going to be having the brand new live private training on May 20th. Heather's going to be doing, it's an invite only exclusive invitation training, brand new content on May 20th at 6:30 Central. So if you are somebody that has been interested in Rich Life Hairstylist, if you want to learn more about what the new course is going to be like, we are going to be doing that live private training, and it's how to surpass 10K a month as a hairstylist, which I just love that freaking topic so much. On the 20th, I will put that link to get your invitation. You just have to fill out a quick 2-question form plus your contact information, and we'll email you the link for you to be able to join us live on the 20th. So if you're somebody that's been interested in working with us before, if you just want to hop on to get the value from the from the training itself, learn more about the course, we would love to see you there.
Even if you are just wondering about what Rich Life Hairstyles is, this is literally the most no strings attached way to not only get info on Rich Life Hairstylist, details, investment, tuition, all those hot topic questions, but even if you never pursued Rich Life Hairstyles, right? We want success for you no matter what, but you will get so much value out of this training that it is, again, it's free, which is honestly bananas. So it's free, and it is going to be packed with so much value. And I can say that so confidently because of how our training for our Rich Life CEO went and how everybody felt about it. So it's like, I'm so excited. So please don't miss it. Just sign up, fill out the quick 2-question application. It's so easy. And you're just going to you're going to leave that training feeling just, I don't know.
Some type of way. You will feel some type of way.
You will. Yeah, you will. That's for sure.
Well, Brooke, thank you so much for hopping on here with me. And if you guys have questions for Brooke or I, just drop us a comment and we'll be there to support.
Yep. Perfect.
All righty.
Awesome. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.